It's your boy Calix Boxing. Hit that sub button for nightly boxing videos. Yeah, the mic's working, I believe. Yep. Hit that sub button for nightly boxing videos. Shout out to my boy DStyle. Hopefully we can get on the Google Hangouts soon, man. I've been thirsty to do some collab videos with some people on here, and we always hook up for some good collab videos. Let me see if I get this mic straight. Hold on one second. Let me get this up a little bit. System sounds. Check, check. We'll see what happens with that. Hopefully y'all can hear me well. Hopefully we can get up with the Google Hangout soon, and me and Hickman do one, because I want to do one on Kovalev versus Ward. I believe he did 2 videos on these insurance picks, and I wanted to do a rebuttal on that, or add to it, I should say. But really, we really need to get together on the Kovalev versus Ward fight, because it sounds to me like he's leaning Ward. I'm leaning Kovalev. I'm not even leaning. I think I'm going to be picking Kovalev. He's going to be picking Ward. So I'd like to pick his brain on that. More on Kovalev versus Ward later tonight on a separate video. But he did a video I liked about insurance picks. And what he means by insurance picks is there's a lot of guys on here doing this thing where they say, when they're doing their prediction videos, or I don't even know if we can call them prediction videos at this point, where they say, win if he does this, and I think he might win, but this guy, if this guy does this, he might be able to win the fight too, and basically hedging their pick to where they're not going to be wrong. They can come on their post-fight video, they can come behind it and say, well, I picked this guy, he did exactly what I said he could do to win the fight, and he ended up winning the fight, and this guy didn't do what I told him he should do, and this, so he didn't win the fight. When just do your prediction video, man. And the reason I think this is a pet peeve with people who have been around on the YTBC for a while is there used to be a time when you couldn't just upload 5-6 videos per night. You couldn't even do really 5-6 per week. All right, guys were on here doing 1 to 3 videos per week probably, because you would do the video. This was before the smartphone where you can do, maybe there were smartphones, I don't know, but you couldn't just upload a video in 5 minutes. You couldn't do Google Hangout Live on YouTube. All right, it was, you did your video and then you waited an hour and a half for it to upload to YouTube. So it was time consuming to do a video. So what I'm getting at is there was a time when it was prediction videos and post-fight videos on here. That was pretty much it. There was no breaking down news of the day. There was barely any of that. There was barely any talking business on here, and I think that's why guys, once again, who have been around 5-6 years, get frustrated with a lot of the business talk on here and the money talk, and this guy's not doing this because it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. It was prediction, it was strictly biased prediction, previews, and it was post-fight. I mean, that was pretty much what it was on here, and guys were making bold prediction. And this is predictions, and this is when there was predictor leagues. I helped DStyle run the fantasy league that I won 3 times, by the way, 3-time pound-for-pound champ against 80-some competitors. And what it was is you had to predict not only who would win the fight, but you had to predict an exact outcome. And if you got the outcome right, you get extra points. And if you got it wrong, you got no points. And these were times when it first started, you had to actually come on here and make the pick live, not live, but you had to make the pick on your video. All right, that's how it first started. So guys were on here doing bold predictions, and there was no backing out of the pick after. You were stuck with what you were stuck with. All right, and guys made their exact predictions, and after they would say, hey, I was wrong, I got it wrong. There was no hedging bets. There was no, oh, well, this guy's chin wasn't it, or this guy didn't protect his chin like I said he should have, and he lost the fight. But I said this guy would win the fight if he did this. There's a lot of that going on here, and I think it's getting frustrating with guys who have been around for a while. And another thing that's frustrating to me is seeing guys who duck out of doing prediction videos. They'll just give a vague preview, and then they'll come with their post fights and they'll say, oh, this fight played out exactly how I said it would. And you see guys in the comment section do this as well, where they'll bash you for making a certain pick, but then they never made a pick. They never even made a pick in the comment section. But this is more geared towards guys who are actually doing videos, who are ducking out of doing actual prediction videos. They're not doing prediction videos, and then they're coming in the post-fight video and saying, oh, this fight played out exactly. I see a lot of that going on as well. I see a lot of it on social media where guys, the week before a fight, they'll say, man, you got to look out for this Postol guy, man. He could really give Crawford some problems. And then when he doesn't give Crawford problems, they don't stand behind that. But if Postol were to come and beat Crawford, they'll say, oh, I told all y'all Postol was going to beat Crawford. No, you didn't. You said he could give Postol some problems, or Crawford some problems. You didn't say he was going to win the fight. They'll say Postol could give Crawford some problems, but I think Crawford's going to win the fight, but we'll see. And then Postol picks the upset. Oh, man, I told y'all Postol was going to beat Crawford. You see a lot of that going on. You see a lot of the Captain Obvious guy. There's a lot of that going on in sports, actually, where a guy will get on here and he'll do an Andre Ward versus Alexander Brand prediction video. Ooh, how courageous. You picked Andre Ward to beat Alexander Brand. And then a 50-50 fight, Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev. They'll do a preview video. They'll call it a preview video where they'll break down what Andre Ward will do to win the fight, what Sergey Kovalev could do to win the fight. And then they'll balance that. And then they'll come after, and then they y'all Andre Ward could do this to win the fight, and he did it. And I told y'all I was going to play out. That's what they'll do as well. You'll see a lot of the Captain Obvious guy doing that. And you'll see that all throughout sports. You see guys before NBA season starts, they'll say, LeBron James could win the NBA MVP this year. Oh, really? So you're really stepping out on a limb there. You think LeBron James could possibly win the MVP this year? Oh, okay. Steph Curry could possibly win the MVP this year? Great. Drew Brees could possibly throw 30 touchdown passes this year? Okay. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Andre Ward could possibly beat Alexander Brand. You see a lot of that going on as well. And you see a lot of guys, they'll do this with the betting as well. And it's prevalent on social media. They'll say weeks out, and I explained this earlier on in the video, watch out for this guy. He could fight this way, and he could possibly do this in the fight. And then if he does anything resemblant to that in the fight, they'll harp on that, and they'll harp on it, and they'll brag about it for weeks on end. So you see a lot of that guy as well. Just a lot of nonsense going on. What I would stress to people, man, is get back to the prediction videos. All right? You see a lot of people shy away from it and do the preview. Dude, if you get the fight wrong, you get it wrong. Dude, Teddy Atlas is wrong all the times on predictions. All the time. Teddy Atlas is like 0 for the century on predictions when he was doing Friday Night Fights. But he was still doing them. And he's still Teddy Atlas. And people still listen to what he said. People aren't going to stop listening to your channel because you got some predictions wrong. All right? Just be entertaining. Be consistent. And people will continue to tune in. But do the prediction videos, man. Get back to that. That's what YouTube was great when that was going on. It was all boxing all day, and it was just do your prediction, and then this guy would see your prediction video, and then he'll come on the next day and say what he thinks is wrong with your prediction video, and then do his, and then it was like a sport. And then after the fight, you saw who was right. And then it was on to the next week. Fit off, and they went on to the next week. That's all it was. So just get back to that, man. Do bold predictions again. All right, none of that insurance picks, hedging bets nonsense. Come on, man. Make your predictions, and let's get back to that. And none of that nonsense after the fight. Oh, that guy didn't fight the way I thought he was going to fight, or said I was going to fight. He didn't do it right. Blah, blah, blah. D-Style, get back at me, man. We need to do the Kovalev versus Ward. Maybe make a friendly wager about this, man. I know you're picking Ward in this fight, and Kovalev's going to get him, man. Kovalev's going to beat him. And I just can't help it, man. I'm better than you in predicting fights, D-Style. I already proved that in fantasy boxing. You know that. You know that. Get at me. Peace.